Libromancer is one of the decks from the new box, and it is really good. Hello, I hope you are having a perfectly balanced day. Welcome back to another Duel Links video. In today's video, I will show you a deck profile followed by gameplay. Subscribe to see more videos for the TCG, Duel Links, and Master Duel, and leave a comment down below. But with no further ado, enjoy! One thing to note is that you only need one copy of Fire. 2 to 3 is optimal, but the difference is minimal. This deck functions well as long as you have at least one Fire, which is very nice because it means this deck is super budget friendly, and I will offer some advice on what to change in the extra deck a bit later. The Libromancer archetype consists of 4 monsters, each with a ritual counterpart, and the skill demands that we play all of them, which is why we play 30 cards. We can only special summon Libromancer monsters aside from extra deck stuff, but the trade-off for these 2 restrictions is that we get 2 strong effects. The first effect says, you reveal a Libromancer with 2k or less attack to shuffle a card back and add both a ritual monster and a Libromancer monster. Then, the second part of the skill sets a Libromancer spell trap from deck if they control a monster and we do not. This set card can be used immediately, so you can set the traps to help you play into their board. Since we can search any ritual monster, I play 1 copy of Ceravus as a searchable tech option. This is mostly to help you beat Impermanence and Baylor. If you have this card, I recommend it, and if you don't, just play a different tech card instead. Or, I have another cool ritual option to play that we will talk more about in a moment. The effect monsters all special themselves by revealing a ritual in their hand. Fire on Summon grabs monsters, and Geek Boy grabs a spell, while also being a sidekick for emergency teleports. Agent is level 6 to fulfill the entire tribute of Doombreaker, and has the effect to recycle a card back from graveyard to hand. Then Magic Girl lets us ritual in the opponent's turn, usually for Mr. Girl, as this is a negation on summon. The other rituals are Firestarter, who does have a benefit with this spell card, then Fire Burst, who is a game finisher, and Doombreaker, who is both a game finisher but also a game starter, as Doombreaker and Origin set a Libromancer trap from deck, so the idea is to end on both of these turn 1, or at least this one, which when you have both is a negate plus reborn alongside a snatch steal. The field spell is a search, as well as being a way to ritual summon, and the continuous spell sets any of your Libromancer spell traps from deck, and has a built-in back removal effect. Some builds you will see do not play 3 of this, which I can get behind. I just like that you can get value from activating it, then shuffle it back for the skill, which is huge for card advantage. And then Bonded is a nice option to set from Origin if need be. For tech cards, we just play the simple 8 of 3 Droplet, 3 Eclipse, and 2 Cosmic. Nothing too crazy, as these are all solid cards at going both first and second into a variety of matchups. The 9th tech card we play is that 1 Ceravus. You can also play another ritual monster to search, which is Ben 10. You go skill search Ben 10, then Ben 10, when tributed by field spell, can search another of itself or Greenlight. The Greenlight you have to play over E-Telly, but Greenlight can be used as a spell negate in their turn by discarding Mr. Girl. I'd recommend trying this with 1 Greenlight and 2 Ben 10. I haven't had the chance to yet. For the extra deck, you will notice that I play IP, and I do make this card a lot. For many, you might not have this, as it has currently not been reprinted. If you do not have it, then instead, you should play Almirage, plus Splash Mage, plus Heat Cell. You can even play it alongside IP as well, by cutting these random Charmers. I've written an explanation for how this 3-card package works, if you want to pause and read it over, if that is of interest to you. The rest of the extra deck is a bunch of utility options. I like the Charmers for going second, and these rank 4s to make on the M board. Mess about with what you have available, and what works for you. This deck is really cool, it's very strong, and it's very fun to play if you can avoid draw. Enjoy the gameplay! So for the gameplay today, we have 3 replays, 2 of me going first and the third one going second in the rank up match to King of Games. The second and third game are from my climb to King of Games. This one is not, because I wanted to showcase you an extra game of me going first, playing uninterrupted, because when I played the climb, I almost never went first, and when I did get first, I got hand trapped every time. So this is an example of what I do going first. You don't always have the luxury of doing this, but when you open Origin and a name, you can do Origin first and then do skill, so that you can have an extra back row slot to set an Eclipse or a Droplet. But if you do not open Eclipse or Droplet, it's best to keep it on board, because the Spill Trap Hop can be useful. And there's kind of 2 different variations to this end board. You can either make a rank 4, or you can keep the Magigirl on the field, so when you revive the fire in their turn, you can search for the level for Ritual Monster to then Ritual with Magigirl. But what I normally choose to do is make a rank 4 in most matchups. And it's good to summon in that order too, because the way I did it there is the 5th summon is Magigirl. You see the Hourglass flash if they have Nibiru, and if they do, you can go end of main phase, and if they Nibiru you there, you can then stay in main phase and ritual over the token for the Doombreaker. There you go, Bingo Machine. Grab Blue Eyes. Yeah, the build we're playing here is a bit weird, but the main purpose of this game was to me trying to showcase a game going first, not getting hand trapped, and showing you the regular combo, which is IP rank 4 plus Doombreaker plus both traps, which is pretty good. And then if you draw a tech card, you have a tech card as well. But I guess more often you might just have the Origin there, as opposed to a tech card. Yeah, Nibiru and Droll will always hurt you, but you can do certain things to play around them. And there we go, that is a demonstration of how to combo going first. And then this next replay is from my climb to King of Games. So I lead with the first appearance to check for Droll, then go Geek Boy to try and get the spell to put back with a skill if I want to, or threaten it at least. And when I go Geek Boy, I see the Hourglass flicker, and it's good to mention that even if they have toggle off, you still can see the Hourglass flicker, right? So I knew they had Imperm, and they didn't use it on the Geek Boy, which I think is because they were holding it for Doombreaker, but they didn't know that we played Cerebus. So normally we go Agent add back Fire, or add back Geek Boy in this instance, because they crow the Fire. They crow it at a weird point too, because you can just chain it to Agent and it's better, but people aren't familiar with this deck yet, so you do have that aspect of surprise a little bit. But this is like another good endboard anyway, because what we can do is we can go just Doombreaker, set the other trap, negate Imperm, and summon Magigirl, because then what you normally do in this board is when you go the trap to Reborn, you summon back Fire from Grave, and then Fire adds this one, so then you can go Magigirl to summon in their turn. Intervention to negates, summon Geek Boy goes search, grab appearance, and then link off, make Phoenix, we'll make go end of main to pop the back row. And then yeah, that's pretty much GG. Because if you don't draw an engine card, you do just go this, add Agent, tribute for Agent, and then Agent add back. And then Ritual summon for game. And then that is another demonstration of going first, but playing a bit differently into their respective hand traps. Then for this third and final replay, we have the rank up to King of Games, which is against a deck I've never played against before, which is pure assault mode, playing some Karakuri cards. They lead with Reflector into Beast, Beast into the Trap. Then we have Reflector to Reborn. And the Eclipse, I felt pretty happy drawing Eclipse, but the end board they made my Eclipse not seem very good. We go add the Trap. Make it a 6, and then they go into the Karakuri Shogun to bring out the level 4 tuner, and then turn these into a Stardust Dragon, which then reborns. So the end board doesn't look like much, right? But they can go Excel to summon Stardust Dragon, which is then live for the assault mode, and then also make Crystal Wing, and then both Crystal Wing and the Stardust are unaffected by all card effects. Or, well, by all effects that activate, right? Skill to Atravis for Imperm. Go Fire, Reveal Summon. Go Chain. To go to the Stardust, and then make a Crystal Wing. Wasn't really a point to use the Eclipse, so I just didn't use it here. Go Fire. Go Negate, and then Chain to get another Negate on the field, so now it's getting a bit hard to push into. But it's not too bad because the Eclipse at this point can now deal with the negate from this. So holding Eclipse for this is the better play here. Like we did there. Then we go Field Spell, add Special, add back the Fire, Ritual into the Doombreaker. Now we cannot affect this card this turn, so my plan at this point is to deal with it in their turn instead. And because we set this with a skill, it's now live. Even though we set it this turn, so we can use this to negate the assault mode trying to come back from the graveyard, because that would be a bit too scary if it came back from graveyard to be on the field a second time. So we say no thank you, negate that, bounce back, reborn. And what I do is, I think really hard because the trap can take control of Crystal Wing, but if I do that, then the skill lets them spawn a Stardust Dragon. However, I felt like if I didn't do it immediately, then they can get too much value from normal summon for level 1. So I chose to do it in the draw phase to take this. And then summon, Reflector, Crystal Wing negate. Then they have the skill to go up into the Stardust Dragon. And it's like, I could have not used Crystal Wing there, right? Because if I keep this on board, then they can't do the skill to spawn this. But letting this resolve for both effects is way too much value, so I chose to negate it. I'm gonna go Tributes. And yeah, at this point they have a negate, but I have way too much advantage. Like, this deck's quite cool because your end boards don't look like they have much follow-up, but when you use the traps gives you your cards back into your hand, which gives you your follow-up for next turn. And this deck has a really strong engine because you just push into their board by making bodies and searching cards at the same time, which is really hard for decks to deal with because you're putting up threats on the field while keeping your hand size quite high as well. But yeah, this was a pretty cool rank up match between two very cool decks, and I hope you've enjoyed this video and or found it useful. Have a perfectly balanced rest of your day, and adios.